Hello, welcome to episode 2 of Side by Side.
It'll be the actual first one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first,
Okay.
the very first official
The official
episode.
first one. Okay.
Well, today we're going to talk about how being in my senior year of high school, I felt like I had everything figured out. Everything was in such a consistent schedule.
So you thought you have everything figured out, but not really.
And once high school ends, it's like the rug gets pulled out from under you. You think you have a whole schedule, and you're like, oh yeah,
So what do I do now?
yeah.
Right?
And it was so confusing. It was like, again, like a rug pull. Like I was so comfortable.
Why?
I was so comfortable. I really felt like I had a routine of getting up and going to school and getting home and doing the things I got at home or going to work. And after that, or as soon as the summer starts, really, it's like, okay, summer, kind of do whatever you want. And then I guess you kind of expect that school to start back up again and get in that schedule.
Okay, so how do you feel the day that your last day of high school? What was that feeling?
My last day of high school, honestly, I was ready to get out. It was a bit sad, but I think I was more sad on other days, like other last days of years. Like last day of my senior year, I really didn't care that much. I think all of my cares were gone before that day. So I didn't really have a huge sad moment the end of the year. I gave notes to some people that were close to me. I wrote letters for them, and I handed those out.
There was a closure.
Yeah.
That was, but nothing like no anxiety or for the future or nothing.
No.
It's just like it's over. That's
Yeah,
it.
it's over. It was very melancholy, very good and bad, sad at times, fun at times. But it was a good feeling to be finally done, for sure. It was great.
Now, when you think about what you feel right now, and what you felt then, what's the difference? Because just saying that the last day of school, I was ready, and now you're like, oh, I don't know what to do.
What's going on? Yeah, I don't think I was ready to be done with high school. I was not ready for the future.
Would you even think about the future?
I thought about it as far as college applications and what I'm getting,
the thing,
what
same
I'm
thing
getting
that everybody
into,
else
but I
was
never
doing.
thought about what it was going to be like once I'm finally there. And the first day of college, when I got back to the house, I got home at like 11. So weird. It was the weirdest thing. Because during the school year, I've never been at the house at 11 at all. And it was just so strange getting back and hearing kids in the elementary school by our house play. I was like, there's no
New experience. What is this?
I'm here this early in the day. I have so much time. I've got so much time. What do I do? What do I do with it? And so you find things, you make friends and you go out and do things and you find ways to take up your time.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I think that's when you start figuring out, okay, what am I going to do?
What am I going to do? What am I going to focus on?
Yeah, and if you're a driven person, you're like, okay, I'm going to focus my time on this because I want this. If you are not so driven, then you're like, oh, yeah,
leisurely.
and then you start like romanticizing with the idea like, oh, the high school, so you start using your time in other things or just not doing anything. Right?
A lot of your time is used dwelling then. You begin to dwell a lot.
Yeah. If you don't maintain yourself occupied.
Yeah. If you don't pick up something. Not after. It's not like you have to have a hobby immediately after high school.
No.
Not even at the start of college, because your freshman year of college is going to be you figuring it out. Even your first semester. Now that my first semester is done, going into my second semester, I feel a lot more comfortable in like, okay, here are the things that I'm going to be doing. I've got a schedule that I plan to carry out and go by to really hammer down these things I want to get good at.
That's good.
Yeah, and I think it took me a whole semester to figure it out, but
I think it's an adjustment. I remember my last day of high school. It was really, we were very tight and everybody had fun, and come from a small town. Well, it was small back then. So a lot of us went to the state university, which is in my hometown. So we saw the same people. It wasn't like a big change. Yes, we got to meet like other people that that went to the same school, but um, it wasn't like your experience. Your experience like a couple hours and be done. Mine was a full-time school. It was just a continuation, the way I see it, of high school. I went, my schedule in high school was 8 to 1, and then I was done. So in college was the same, like maybe to noon, and then we were done. So it was the same schedule, so nothing really changed in schedule wise.
You end at noon. You still have so much time in your day.
Yeah, but then I work
Right.
afterwards. Not every day, like 3 days a week, and the other days we just either prepare for school or just did whatever. But the school schedule was the same, so it wasn't like a big deal. Like now what? Like it's so different. I'm home at 10, or like you have some hours in the morning and some in the afternoon. I didn't have that. Mine was a strict schedule, 8 to whatever, 12, and then be done. So it was still structure. I don't know how it is right now, but it was like that when I went to college.
I think part of being in college is developing a schedule of your own.
Yep.
I think you have the freedom to schedule your own classes
and
to put them in time blocks.
Yes.
And so I think with that, you need to learn how to properly manage the time you have to effectively go to school and work and pursue your passion all at the same time.
Yeah, and I think I'm learning that with you, because since I didn't have it, so help you navigate that schedule. Like, what do you do with your off time? Like, okay, if you're gonna do this at this time, you have to find either volunteer somewhere that you're is related to what you're going to school for, so you can find your passion, or reignite your passion, or completely just say like, yeah, this is not for me, and then also find with your schedule, when are you going to work? But you have to work. You have to be productive. You have to bring something to society, not just like passing by and not do anything, right? And it's good to keep your mind occupied. I think once you start not doing something, even to go to work, it's just there's a lot of that time creates bad habits, and then you start feeling stuck, and that's when depressed.
The cycle.
Oh, yes, yeah. Oh, I'm not doing anything. There's no action taken, right? So you have to keep yourself occupied, and then one thing will lead to another, and then I don't like this. Oh, I like this, right? But in something that is gonna make you a better person, also help you grow. I just that's what I feel like. Keeping your mind occupied.
Take the time to open the doors. Take the time to open your doors.
What do you mean by that?
Like, put in the time to focus on what you want to do, and using that time will open up these opportunities to you. And it doesn't fall out of the sky, but the more you work at it, the better you get. The more you put yourself out there, the more people are going to see you.
Yeah, tell me what you're doing about that.
Right now?
Yes, that's a great advice. What are you doing about that?
Well, it's just starting. It's just starting.
Yeah.
It starts now.
And I think that's what we started this too. Like, okay.
To do this. Yeah. To do exactly that. And, I mean, not too bad. My personal promotion, other than this, it's not doing terribly. Of course, it's consistency in time, and you have to keep working at it and working at it. It doesn't...
And that becomes what? Discipline. Yes.
Again, it doesn't fall out of the sky. It's something that you gotta.
Nothing falls out of the sky. Nothing.
Keep doing it.
You have to work. Yeah, you have to work and be passionate. But when you're passionate about something, it doesn't feel like work. It's just fun.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah. So the day after high school, didn't feel like going back to that point. Like I didn't feel like, oh yes, I wasn't sad about it because I was gonna see the same people again. So I was like, okay, just. In a different school, different scene, different everything, right?
Yeah.
We might not be in the same classroom, but we were...
Still around.
Yeah, still around, still hanging out. So that never really changed. So...
Yeah, it was really confusing trying to figure out what I was going to do next, for sure. Like, not only what I was going to do next, but what's going to happen next. Like... in college, going into college, like, what is that going to be like? Did you feel
But
that way?
no,
Did you feel that way?
no, because I mean, didn't you went and toured the college?
The
and
campus.
You saw, yeah, and you saw exactly like classroom how it look and.
Yeah, but going to see it is not the same as going and being part of it, for sure. Even also, my tour wasn't that great.
You went on
It was
yourself,
not.
though.
No. It was part of a group. It was part of a group tour, but I feel like it did not show me everything I could have seen. I was really nervous to, it felt like I was a freshman again. Well, I am a freshman
Well,
again.
you were a freshman
but
again,
it felt
yeah.
like I was a freshman in high school again.
So would you say that was the thing that you were more afraid of after high school?
The change?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're a freshman again. Oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, it didn't scare me being like back at the bottom because really in college it doesn't matter.
Or not knowing what's gonna happen. Was you afraid about that? Like not knowing what's gonna happen?
Yeah, I was.
Because nobody's gonna tell you, hey,
I
bring
was
this
scared of.
homework.
I was scared of like, what am I gonna do? When, where, how am I gonna find my footing, and get comfortable, and start understanding how this works, how this flow, the flow is.
Interesting. I never thought about that.
Really?
Like no. Like how am I find my footing? Like that was that. I just
How am I gonna
okay.
get
I'm just gonna
comfortable?
go to school and then just figure out as you go. Like nothing. I didn't put much time on thinking. When am I gonna find my footing? Like no.
Really?
Like no. Like who thinks of like why is that even important? Like, why? Why is that important to you? Like how am I gonna find my footing?
How am I going to get? How am I going to find like comfortability? How am I going to start a schedule and get used to it? It's not gonna. It doesn't just happen. It doesn't just happen.
No, but you have to create it your own. Like you cannot just, have that question. How am I gonna find it? Well, how? We'll just do it. Like okay, this time I'm gonna do this. At this time I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, but if I don't know how college works yet, if I've
you
never,
have your
if ne-
schedule.
I've never.
Right.
Yeah,
so
but it's
you
not
just,
the same as being in a class and walking around campus and
yeah.
Seeing the
Then you
interesting
but
people that
will
walk by you and
yeah, very very different.
Oh,
You
brother.
get to see a lot of interesting people. You just have to.
It's a new lifestyle.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now you.
Did you not worry about that?
No.
What?
Not at all. Not at all.
Oh.
Not even think about that. It was
Wow.
not one of the things that I was concerned.
Maybe
or, kept me at night.
I hope I'm not the only one who thought that.
I'm probably you're not. But I didn't feel pressure for anything. No, I have no.
I felt a bunch of made up pressure. I made a bunch of pressure for myself being in college.
You're in your head all the time, so
Yeah, I am
yeah.
guilty. But
But I mean, you're not the only one. I mean, sometimes I'm in my
No.
head, but then okay.
That's a natural
I
thing.
just very. I try to be. I'm very like black or white, this or that. So I'm gonna do it or not gonna do it, and then move on. I'm not like
I need to get better at
dwelling and making it bigger and making it bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, right? And if you only have that self conversation all the time, and you're not like talking to somebody else or a parent or a friend, then yeah, it becomes monster, right? So you're like consumed by your own thoughts that sometimes are not even real.
Yeah. I know, and you know this.
But
I hate asking for help. It's always been something maybe I'm too
proud.
Yeah, and I just hate seeming very like uneducated, I guess. Mm-hmm.
Which when you don't ask, then
you are uneducated.
Yeah.
If you don't ask for it, if you hate seeming like you're uneducated, you're going to end up being uneducated because you're not going to ask for the help.
Yeah. Well, so asking for help is good. I mean, you're 18. You're not expected to know everything.
Right.
And you're not expected to, you're expected to be responsible, right? At 18. I mean, we hope so. But not know everything, like how really life works and what you have to do to, get your credit going or to, all those little things that adults do. That's why you have parents. I mean, it's as simple as that.
Of course.
I mean, I told you before, like one of my my biggest job as a parent is to guide you through life, and also to help you be productive, like bring something to society. What are you gonna put out there? What are you gonna do as a human being? What are you're gonna put out? Yeah, just
What are you gonna be?
Yeah, not be, but like help. Not just don't just pass through life. It's my job. One of my jobs as a parent, I believe, is one of my job as a parent is to help you figure out, right, and be an asset to society, right? Something to bring something to society, whether it's you know the job of your dreams, or the person that helps in a, I don't know, Costco or whatever, but just do it to the best of your abilities. So you're giving back something to society. That's I think something that is important to me, that you understand that. So yes, you're my son. I mean, I guide you, but it's also help you how you're gonna be the best person or the best version of yourself.
Yeah, and I feel like I definitely, when I was like I guess in this first semester, I've learned a lot, and I took that kind of stuff for granted before. Again, felt like I needed to be self-sufficient, and I feel like a lot of people my age, and especially in like junior and senior year, have this pressure to be self-sufficient for no reason. It's completely made up.
It is made up.
It's completely like you get in your head and you're like, yeah, I'm grown. I'm grown. I'm an upperclassman. I can do cool things. I have a car. I can do adult things now. And so me, and I don't think I'm the only one, made this made up belief that I can do everything myself now because I have things that my parents do.
Yeah,
and
I can do
think,
everything myself. However, you live with your parents. However, you're
right,
you're allowed.
right.
You're
You
depend-
can't
you're a
you can't do
dependent.
anything by
You're a
yourself. You
dependent.
think you can.
Yeah.
You can't.
Believe me, the day. I mean, until what your grandma told me, like the day that you are out of the house and can support yourself on your own, then you know what, I did my job.
Perfect.
And good for you.
Yep,
I'll be
that's
proud
it.
of you. I'll be proud of you. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
and not so much that, but like I'll feel like okay, I guide you well, and you're able to survive and be safe and be smart with your decisions, and we always will be here for you.
Right.
So, I mean, but that will be a good pat on my back. Okay. Okay.
Nice.
It's good.
Nice job.
Yeah.
Well,
So, what else would you like to know?
no, I think, yeah, you don't need to be self-sufficient when you're young. Don't take advantage of what your parents are trying to give you. Is something that I've needed to learn, and I'm still learning. And
Yeah,
I'm
you're
still
still
learning.
learning.
And I'm
You're
still
not
learning
there
that.
yet.
It's just to not be so prideful, and just
There's a lot
use
of
this time to
yeah.
use this time to feel embarrassed.
Well, some people do not feel embarrassed.
Well, yeah, but I guess if there's a time to feel that way, it's now when you have the help.
Yeah.
Because when you're older, feeling this way is going to be 10 times worse.
When you're older, you still learn. You never stop learning. You do different things, different levels. You always start. You always learn. You never stop. So yeah, there's a lot of other things that people assume, or young people assume, that when you're out of high school, this is what's going to happen, right? And this one of those, I'm an adult, I can do it on my own,
right?
Or I haven't figured out. And some are ready, some.
Yeah.
There are some just ready because they're so focused and they have that.
But not everyone's like that.
No, I would like to know what is the percentage, like of high school graduate. Maybe you can look it up and then put it right there in the comments. What is the percentage of high school graduates that haven't figured out, and they go to freshman year in college, or first year of college, and either drop out or switch careers, or because working with athletes, they go to continue their gymnastics career in college. A lot of them are like, oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to switch majors. I mean, there's a lot of them. So you're not alone. You're just, in a different situation. But, there's a lot of, I would like to know the percentage of either switch majors, they're undecisive, or they completely drop school.
Yeah. And it, depending on the major, I wonder what the dropout rate is on specific majors. Because, being a music student,
but you have two, though. You have like broadcasting.
I have two. I have like media and I have music. And, I'm focusing more on media in school than I am on music because I went to high school for it. But also, it's good to have another skill. And music is very hard to get into. And I'm sure the dropout rate for that is very high because a lot of people who are good musicians don't have a career in it. They have a career in something else. Mm-hmm. That's not saying, I'm not saying don't pursue music if it's something that you really want to do, chase it. But at the same time, you have to be realistic with yourself.
Yeah, how are you going to survive?
Yeah.
I mean, if you're okay with having multiple jobs to survive for your
passion, then
go for it.
Yeah, so be it. But I don't know. I felt like
Well, you at one point thought I'm gonna go to New York and be a player, and they were like,
yeah, it was a bit unrealistic. It was unrealistic.
Yeah, very unrealistic. Like,
and I think
how much I make?
I think a lot of people in that field have very unrealistic ideas of what they want to do. I'm not saying that that's an entirely bad thing, because at some point you're gonna.
If there's your passion, then go for it.
Yeah, and at some point you're gonna step back and look at it and be like, okay, let me reevaluate my situation real quick. That's what I did.
Some do, some don't.
And
yeah.
Yeah. But that's what I had to do, and I realized I think it'd be more beneficial to me to learn more.
Yeah,
and something else. Expand. And I'm having such a fun time so far. I've talked about it a lot when I was little, but now that I'm doing it
what did you talk about when you were little?
It's the streaming. It's the media. It's the content. It's the content. It's.
Yeah, when you were little, I forgot about this. When you were little, that was that kid that used to do.
Yep, I know exactly what you're talking about.
All
okay,
those toys.
All right.
What
Yes. And I hope if anyone listens to this is my age, they're gonna remember this. Okay, there was a YouTuber called EvanTube. And it was when Angry Birds was popular. And he would do the toy reviews on Angry Birds toys. And I wanted to be that kid so badly. Now
you did, because you were like, Mom, you have to record me. You have to do this. I want to have and then you had a YouTube page where you used to video yourself.
The lightsaber fights. I had lightsaber fights with my friends. It's not up anymore. I tried to find it. So
it's probably on your dad's YouTube or something.
Maybe.
It was one of our accounts.
I'll have to dig.
It was so funny, man.
That thing it's a time capsule for sure. But I had a great time. And
yeah, so
I had a vision. I could not execute that vision at the time, but I had a vision for it.
Yeah, so you were inclined to that, right? Because even
and I've always been inclined to
music
entertain.
Into music, because every time that it was something musical, you will stand up and do music stuff. What you will put YouTube, but it was just the music background, and then you did your play with your toys or whatever with
I
the
could
music.
not play without music.
Yeah, the music background, and it was interesting. So you were inclined to that. Mm-hmm. So I mean, in a way, you're following what your passion has been since you were very young, and then I mean, when you went to the High School of Arts, I have to push you a little bit.
Yeah, but I don't feel, I guess, upset with my passions right now. Mm-hmm. It's not something that I'm even remotely turned away from. Nothing about it, I guess, is scary to me, if that makes sense. It's scary in the fact that I care about it.
Yeah.
But not in the sense that it's discouraging. Why would it be discouraging?
Well, the fact that you're following more media than music, or
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're good. I think you always like to talk to a lot of people. I think you're
Yeah.
You know,
So-
they have to use your talents, right? So.
It's good. Yeah. It's. I'm excited to see where it goes. I feel good. It
So you
feels
see,
good.
it's not that scary. It's scary when you start like overthinking it, like, oh my
Yeah,
god, what am I
and
gonna do?
you
What if
can't-
not? What if it doesn't work out? What if, like, well, what if? What if workouts? You know, you can ask yourself the opposite question: what if it does work out? And you know, it's there's always that question: what if? But it's up to us if you change it. What if it does work
And
out?
now there's so much around you that you can use those strategies. You can use the strategies of people before you to make it work, to put yourself out there more.
Yeah, and
There's
you can use
there's
this-
so
you
much
can learn
online.
from there. You can learn from them, but at the end of the day, you have
You're
have
yourself.
to be you.
You're
Yes.
yourself. And
So-
it's taking the little things from people that inspire you and making it into your own. Not plagiarism. Don't take what they've done, but take the things you
Don't
like.
do
Take
that.
good traits from people who inspire you and mash it together.
So if you're thinking about this right now, what was so scary about, graduating from high school and like now what? What am I gonna do? It took you 6 months. You
It took me my first semester to
figure out.
get comfortable.
Get comfortable.
I guess I'm not comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
To get a footing.
A footing.
But yeah, it took a whole semester. And more than that, it took the summer. Because after it was like the halfway point through summer and you're like, "Oh crap, college is starting soon." And that's how life is
So
changing.
do you still feel uncertain?
Yeah. I still feel uncertain. But not like what is my next move?
Okay, so
Uncertain-
do you feel uncertain about your choice of
Of what I'm doing right
your
now?
major? Yeah.
No.
So you know.
I don't feel uncertain about that.
Okay.
It's uncertain in what the future holds, but
Oh,
not.
well,
Of
that's
course,
always
and
uncertain,
of course,
right?
but not in
You don't have
not in
magic-
what am I going to do next, because I'm working on what I'm going to do next. I have the.
Do you feel in a way that it pressure you to go into like media?
Yeah, I do. I do.
So, like, you have to
I'm
do
glad
it,
you
you have
did.
to do-
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you. And I didn't turn. At first, I was a bit. I guess not embarrassed, but put down by the idea
Of what?
of like, man, I should try something else. I should try something else. I should not put all my eggs in one basket. That being music.
Okay.
And I was like, well, what does she know? What
Oh.
what does she know? And the more I thought about it, the more I looked back and was like, this isn't a bad idea at all. This is something that interests me.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only reason I didn't want to do it was because you suggested it. It was out of spite, really.
Oh God.
But
Well, you know what? We're not that different because your grandma suggested you should study something sport related. You
what does she
loved
know?
it. What does she know?
know?
I was like, no, there's no money there. Little that I know that I was gonna end up doing what she suggested. I don't know,
Yeah.
20, 30 years ago, and then be successful on what I do. So, it just I suggest just that for you because I know you're very easy to talk to. You love talking to people like stranger danger.
Kidnapped.
You just can walk out and just have conversations like with anyone. So I said, okay, broadcasting, you can tie it to music too. That will be really good for you. And you're like, yeah, whatever, just music,
Yeah.
pit musician. I want to be like Broadway. Okay. But you have to have a backup. And
I
think I
blew
felt
the
like
idea
that was
off.
my job. Yeah, and I thought that was my job. I was like, okay, let's go to business, music business. So you have a broad
understanding.
and then you can pick whatever you want. Like it could be even legal. Like music, and music rights and stuff like that.
Copyright laws.
So if you went to law school and work for a music label, or all that. or be a what is it, a music producer, or you can. There's a lot of things that you can do, but when you're like
Don't get stuck with such a
yeah,
small.
exactly.
It's so broad.
And I was not gonna, and since you were in that spot, like I was not gonna say, okay, apply to schools out of state or somewhere else when you have no idea where you want. Like, why put yourself in debt? And that was one of our main things.
You can't go in debt.
You can't get into debt. No, and then you can, if you want to go out of state, then you have to figure out how much kind of gonna get a scholarship, right? Because you have to earn it. It's just your passion. Why would I go into debt for
something I'm not gonna?
Yeah,
something I'm not
for
gonna
a school
follow.
that you don't even know,
Yeah.
like what you want, like that, and that's
not something
throwing money away,
in.
which
Yeah.
is not. This is not ideal. So, and when you can stay here in state and go for free and get the base education, and then you can figure out once you're older and like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, right? So that will be really good to see what is the percentage of people that switches major, like they
switch,
drop out,
or stay.
Yeah. So that was very important for us to not go into that. Like, you're gonna go to school, and that's not negotiable, because I think that opens doors and opens your eyes to different things, and you can figure out here at home, and you don't have to worry about a roof, food, anything. You just go to school, figure out, and then you can go and finish whenever you want. Right? Once you know exactly what the path that you're gonna follow, you'll have a better idea. So I think that's one of the bigger misunderstandings, or that college, not college, but high school students, so I have to go out of state, or I have to go to this university, and then when you start looking into it, it's like, wait a second, like, you're gonna get this much in college, but also you have in money, but you also have to sign some like college finance, like I don't think so.
I don't know about that.
This is a complete business. What a ripoff! Like, that's
well,
not cool.
all college is a business.
Yeah, I think that's the pressure, right? Like, and sometimes the parents feel the pressure too. Like, I mean, because I felt that, oh man, like maybe I should help him go out of state. Maybe I should, help him go to Berkeley, or maybe I should help him to go into this. But then, like, financially makes no sense to me. Like, why would I put money into this, and you're gonna get money from FAFSA, whatever they give you money for, like the government, but they said they give it a scholarship, but that you have to sign, college financial aid, that you're gonna charge so much money, and you're gonna get out of school with so much debt, and like, you have to pay that debt at one point. So why do you want to start your life after college in debt, like in the red numbers? Like, that's silly when you can.
And I hear so many young adults and older adults, sometimes adults your age, just saying
are still paying.
They're still paying off debt.
Yes.
That is horrifying.
Yeah.
That's so scary.
Yeah, there's some adults that have, like, big careers, dentists, doctors, are still paying some debt because it's so expensive.
Yeah.
Because they sell you this idea that you can go to school and you can pay later. It was like, yeah, but it's like thousands of dollars later. When are you gonna even pay them up? Because
are your kids gonna pay that off?
Yeah, unless you die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not worth it. Like, what do you want debt? It's like, like, go to a technical school, become an electrician.
Get that degree. Get the same degree.
Yeah. Oh no. Or be. Technical careers are not bad. Like, they're making a lot of money. They're gonna be making,
and especially right now.
Especially right now, electricians are gonna be making a lot of money.
Yeah.
That AI is.
Shout out to our electricians.
Yeah, shout out, J-Dub.
Yeah.
So that's the pressure. Like, you tell your friends, oh, they're gonna go to here, they're gonna go to this school, and then you keep applying for schools. Like, no, there will be absolutely no debt.
It sucks.
What part? No debt.
It still sucks.
Then you get admitted.
Yeah, I got admitted to schools out of state. I've gotten scholarship offers for schools out of state, but it feels weird still seeing friends live out of the state and do cool things. Friends in New York. I love New York.
Uh-huh.
We grew up right by it. I'm like, dang, I wish I was out there right now. But at the same time, I'm very grateful to
Well, yeah.
be waiting for that because I can get there.
You can
I
get
can get
there,
there.
absolutely.
And that's something-
With no debt.
Yeah, with no debt.
Or putting your parents in debt, right? Like,
Right.
that's not cool.
What the heck, man? No, it's something I can get to.
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
And I think
if you're
it's-
that passionate, if that's your mission, then you'll figure out to make it
You know,
happen.
and what's 4 years?
Yeah, or maybe before, like maybe you figure
2.
out
What's
like how
2
to make
years? Transfer.
like transfer to a school like this is what I want to be.
Yeah.
You know, hey, if you can figure out and you're gonna be debt free, you have all
Go
the
for it.
support. Yeah, like that's always been the case, right?
So, speaking of figuring it out and being debt free, after you finished law school and decided to go into gymnastics, was there any money in that? Was there any? You didn't go back to college, did you?
No.
No, you just went right into that.
Yeah, just went right. Well, I was doing it while I was coaching while I was going to law school.
Right.
Right. And my school was for free because grandma
Your mom
worked for
paid.
the university. So all I have to pay is for my book. So that's a plus.
And I'm sure she was not happy.
I
She
didn't-
she probably said I told you so.
Yeah. And grandpa wasn't like super, happy, but he never said anything like, "Oh no, you're ruining
You
your
can't
life."
do
No,
that.
like
Uh-huh.
that's not like he just okay, whatever you want to do.
Were you-
But I was already in my. I finished that school though. I was in my 20s.
Were
At
you
22?
sure? Were you sure it was gonna work out?
Was I sure? No.
Were you-
Oh no! I didn't have a plan. No, no. I liked what I did, and it was an opportunity. Your aunt was here in Texas, and my coach, which is a very well-known coach in Mexico, knew people here. So he's like, "Hey, just go take 6 months after graduation and just figure out, come back and do this." Because I guess he saw something in me, like that I was good at it. Not that I didn't see it.
Yeah.
I was just doing it because it was,
Someone else did, yeah.
and there was money, I was getting paid, and that was it. But I wasn't like, oh, this is what I'm going to do in my life. I love it.
Your
I
mom
love
saw it in you, too.
Yeah, but I love gymnastics, so I was good at it. And once I came here, that opened my eyes to something completely different, because sports in the States and sports in Mexico, they're seen completely different. So right here, I was like, ooh, this is competition. You can make a living out of this. And so I was, great. This is what I want to do and pursue it. And at the beginning it was just, okay, just 6 months and then that's it. But then I ended up like loving it, and I got offered to keep working. So I worked, and then little by little start seeing, observing, this is what we're going to do, and making decision as I went. I never expected to be at this level.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't.
And how long did that take? How many years did that take? To get
25 years.
Oh, 25 years. How many years did it take to get to that first feeling of like, well, something's happening? Like this is going to be something. Did you ever feel that way? Like this is going to be it. This is it.
No,
never.
Never. So
Wow.
It was always like the first time they went to a big competition, then I was like, oh man, this is nice, this is good, this is big. Like you see, when the first time that I saw at nationals, all the colleges sitting and watching gymnastics and all the gymnasts that recruitable, to me that was like, wait, what? Like it looked like a draft, like the draft
Yeah.
that is it like NFL draft. I was like, to me, to see it from Mexico, that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Like what? You do gymnastics because you love the sport and that's it. So when I went to nationals and I saw that for the first time, to me it was like, holy moly, this is big time. I felt like I was major leagues here. And then that's the first thing that sparked me, like, oh, I like this. This is what I'm going to do. And then I just keep working, and then there's levels, right? You go up to level 10 that they recruit, and then it's more like the elite route that's representing the country. So it's like, oh, I like this part. So I start pushing for that. And then, but I never thought like, ooh, I arrived. You know, like no.
Yeah.
No.
Like this is it. Interesting.
There's, you know, just like it was just one step, one more step, one more step, one more step. That's it. Nothing like.
I feel like that's.
I still feel like I haven't made it. You know? I mean, I have like.
That's
have
good.
A business
There's always more. To
Yeah,
do.
I
There's
have
always
a
more land to
business.
conquer.
I have the gym that we own, so it was never what expected to be for sure. Yeah. So, but I never felt like I have arrived. No, this is
I
it.
did it.
I did it. No. I mean, I feel like super grateful and excited of the things that I have accomplished. But there's always more. You always want more. You know.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and I think that's what keeps pushing.
I'm never the type to be satisfied either. I think I got that from you. Just
one more, something else.
Something else. I could always do more. I can always do more. There's always something else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. I always felt that way. With my accomplishments in high school. Not like that's a crazy big thing.
Well, you're by your age it is because you pretty much produced this band that right?
Yeah. I did a lot of stuff in high school that I feel like the average I didn't just get by in high school.
No.
I went and did what I wanted to do. I made it happen.
Yeah.
But
that's good.
It felt great. It felt great when it happened, but I was never, after every show I've done, you know, and I went to an art school, we did 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 shows a year, and then some. I never fully felt like, I did great. I did a good job, or like I never felt satisfied, I guess. Not I guess. I know I didn't feel satisfied. Never felt satisfied. Everyone would say, good job after the show, and it'd feel very empty, actually. Not until that big one, the electric one with the band.
Because that was your project.
Really good because that was like
a project.
Yeah, but just the concerts, and maybe that's a sign that like maybe I shouldn't be like a concert musician at all because I don't know. I felt almost rude. Not the compliments being rude, but me not fully taking in these compliments. Like, good job, and you know, they'd always say something, and in my mind, I'm like, that's funny.
That's it.
Yeah, I was like, I'm glad you think so. And then I think that was a sign that kind of work was not for me.
Sure. There you go. No, yours is a different. It's
a different
connection
type.
Because other concerts that you did when you were in high school was I remember that Christmas one that was the one that Steve and I were like, okay.
This kid's got something.
He likes the
something.
stage. He likes that engagement.
It's the engagement. Yeah. It's engagement for sure.
Yeah. So.
That's why I like the electrical one so much. It was just because they're
and it was your project, so.
Yeah, and it felt good, but the engagement, the people, the energy there, the faces.
So do you feel under pressure to do that?
Under pressure to to be in front of faces?
Mm-hmm. Or to do the electric band?
Oh, when I was doing that, did I feel under pressure? Oh yeah. I felt under pressure because I really wanted it to be good.
Well, that's good.
Felt like it could have been better. I felt like it could have been better. We did as good. I was sick. I was sick on that day, and I was so mad.
No.
But aside from being sick on that day, and as good as the show was, I feel like there's always room for improvement. There's always room for improvement. Of course, there's always room. Yeah. But it was scary up until the hour of. I was just getting gray hairs. It was insane. The rush. I had to, there were some times I felt like it had to be canceled during rehearsal.
Oh my gosh.
Not because people weren't doing the job. I mean, some people weren't doing the job, but it was just because I didn't think that it was going to shake out in time.
Oh. Okay.
I was scared. I was really scared that it wasn't going to be as good.
Being scared is part of it. Being
for sure. In having a doubt,
Oh, I think that having a doubt is what pushes you.
Yeah.
Like it's always, oh, I'm
Because
always
I want it to
questioning.
work. I want it to work.
Yeah, I always question myself. Oh, am I making the right decision?
There's
or
always a
not?
world where it doesn't work. There will always be a world.
Yeah, it's always, yeah. So we just have to go with your gut feeling.
Mm-hmm.
The original thought, the original gut feeling, that's it. But
Go
then you
for
start
it.
like, oh, questioning.
What if this,
that's
what if that?
No,
What
you
can
just have
go
to,
wrong?
you always have to remember, like, what was my first, like, that gut feeling.
Yep.
That's it. Like, no matter what. And that's hard.
That's funny. I never thought about it like that in that moment. Looking back, that is how I felt. But I never thought about it like, what did I originally think? Like, let me come back to what I wanted in the first place.
Yep. So that's what you need to.
I never had to think that. I just kind of always knew that it was something that I wanted. So, doing what you're doing, did you ever feel scared that you were behind? I guess when you were my age, did you ever feel behind in college and pursuing your
I
career?
think I think a little bit. I did feel behind because I did see other people like, oh man, they have it figured out, and so I'm behind. But I didn't pay so much attention. Like I didn't get like so fixated on like, oh, I'm behind, I'm behind, I'm behind. Like no, maybe because I didn't have pressure from my parents either. You know, there really was no expectation. Like here's the expectation is like learn how to survive and be on your own, and that's the expectation. You know, so I've never felt like. I never got that pressure for feeling behind. It was more like seeing other people my age or even younger that have it figured out. Like, how did they get there? Like, how do they know?
How do they know? Yeah.
How do they know?
How are they there already?
Yeah, how are they there already? Like, is this happened or they're like they have a plan? You know, and it makes me question. It made me question, but I wasn't following anyone, so I never felt behind. Right? It wasn't like trying to chase this person or that person, like, oh, I'm behind, I'm not there at 19.
Yeah.
Plus, I didn't have, there was no, the internet just came out,
just
so
about
they
to
were
say.
not following
I was just
anyone.
about to say.
Yeah.
With social media,
Yeah.
you see a bunch of people you went to high school with, not moving ahead in their career because a lot of the stuff they're doing is within their college, but they're still doing something.
Yeah.
You know, and that's experience you're gaining for your future. And I don't feel the pressure of being behind and comparing myself to them. You know, I don't have some like sworn enemy or some Looney Tunes type action where I'm like, I need to be better than this person. But it seems like as of right now, everyone is kind of in the same spot.
Yeah.
Of, you know, they're doing stuff within their school, but they're not getting out there. Now, there's some people I know who are past graduated and they've done it. You know, I know someone who's on Broadway, which is crazy, taking up careers and stuff they didn't go to school for. But people who have figured it out, and there's people my age who figured it out. But I don't feel pressured that I'm behind because I think everybody moves at their own pace.
Absolutely. But I think it makes it easier when you have a path, and that was what's so important for me to guide you. It's like, hey, you can do this, you can do that, and find it, and it makes it easy.
And I think that's another reason I don't
gonna...
feel as pressured.
Yeah.
To like the feeling of being behind is because I know
this is
what
the
I
path,
want, or the area that I want to do things in.
That's
I
huge.
have an idea.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah.
Right? You have, and I told you, yes, that's why music business was so good, right? In broadcasting because it's a broader area that you can explore what you like.
Yeah.
Right. In different ways.
There's a lot of ways to be a personality. There's a lot of ways.
Well, all just and learn at the same time because you're not just being. Oh, this is what I want to be. I want to be a personality.
And it doesn't happen like that. It doesn't happen like that.
It's not going to be a personality.
I want to be this.
Yeah, no. And just saying I want to be a personality, like, okay, but for
where?
what?
Where? How?
And for what? Like,
right.
What are you going to teach? You know, like, you have to have some things that you have to learn. You have to learn. That's it.
Everywhere. And you'll always have to learn.
Yeah. So.
Now, if 19-year-old you were listening, what would you tell them? Like, in college, with your experience now, what would you tell yourself at my age?
At 19? With the experience I have now?
Yeah. Like you're looking at your going into college self.
What I would say to myself at 19, graduating out of college, listen to your mom. She had the right idea.
She knew.
She knew before
Told you so.
do.
Told you so.
And pay more attention to the people in your field. Like, what are they doing? How are they doing it? What works? And especially right now, we can look it up on YouTube and or there's so much stuff out there. Then just learn how to sift through what's good and what works, what doesn't work. Who's really doing it, and then not just pretending to do it, who's really actually showing results, and then just observe or ask questions. I'm more like I watch and observe, so I'm like shy about asking questions, but I do pay attention. Okay, how do they do it? How many times they do it? They're consistent, and then that's what I will advise my 19-year-old. And any 19-year-old, that will tell you the same thing. Look, who's good at what you're doing? What are they doing? How do they do it? And watch, why it worked. If that's what you're gonna do, whether it's music, whether it's broadcasting, whether it's content, whatever that is. Like, what do they do and why it works?
Yeah, like I said earlier, take away what is valuable and mix it together
for yourself. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I watch other coaches too, and I see what works for them is not necessarily going to work for me because you're different people, different personalities, and different approaches. So I need to adapt it to what's going to work for me, right? That's why we share like in the gymnastics community, we share what we know because they're going to apply it on their own way. So it's always good to give back and share the knowledge. So I that's what I will tell my 19-year-old. Yep.
And I think
with
we'll
that,
leave it off there.
So we don't have it figured out yet.
No.
Not yet.
Not remotely. But that's something that you work towards.
Yeah, you keep thinking about it. Okay, how am I gonna figure out, right?
Yeah.
What's next?
How am I gonna make it happen?
What is the next step?
Yep.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Well,
thank you.
Thank you.
And we'll see you
next week.